going on, people? Good morning. Welcome, everybody, to the House of Nerd Show. We're live, we're in effect. Elle, Manny, good morning. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Doing well.
Elle, you doing well? Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are. Just a heads up to everybody. If my energy level is not there today, uh I've been fighting all kinds of crazy sicknesses and man, it's been a rough week for me. Hey, good morning, Deviant. All the way from France, my man, making this show
Right.
international. Uh, we love it. Dragon Ranger, what's up? I see
Good
Cookie
morning.
Monster in the chats. Everybody else. Thank you guys so much. Oh, Hargeek Mal. Okay, I gotta know, how do I pronounce your at Zoom Glaya?
Oh my God, Leah, I've told you this before.
So I feel like it's not Zoom Glaya. 'Cause
No, it's like like back in like 2007 when everybody was like rar and like I don't want to call you out, Leah, but she was
man. Okay. And then we got Juan, we got Ruben, Aaron Hall. Hey, my man, good to see you back in the House of Nerd. Much appreciated. So, gonna try to bring you the best episode like we do every week, but you know, my energy levels might not be there. Been fighting a bit of a cold. So if you guys see me take off in the middle of the episode, your boy's gotta go handle some business because I really haven't been feeling good
You're
at
just
all this
fighting
week.
the diseases for all of us.
Man,
Appreciate it.
uh Manny, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us
Sure.
on the House of Nerd show. Uh for those who might be unfamiliar with you, why don't you let everybody know uh what the deal is, man? Who you are, where you're coming from, what's your sign? Do you love long walks on the beach? All that good stuff.
You're asking a lot. I didn't realize I was going to
Man.
be interviewed
Oh
like
yeah,
this. I, mean,
21
I don't know.
questions,
I don't
baby.
have those answers. No, I'm Manny. Like you said, from Manny Reads Comics. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube. I got a TikTok. I'm pretty active on all those platforms. I love comics. I read them very often. You can tell behind me. Um, and I'm here in Texas. So for me, it's 10 in the morning. I had to wake up early for you, so I got you. No,
Okay, my man, I appreciate
but
that, bro.
yeah, no, I mean, I'm ready to talk some comics, ready to fight. I think I'm gonna fight Elle, and then I'm gonna be on her side for a little bit. I don't know.
good
Hey,
So,
looking out. A real one.
okay. Hey, that's me every week, homie. Me every week. No, that's cool, man. And so you got your YouTube channel, Manny Reads Comics.
yep, any platform that you think of, I'm probably be Manny Reach Comics
All
because
right, dope. All right.
that's
Oh,
what
we
it
got
is.
a we got another. What do you guys
Texas,
call
there we
yourself?
go.
Texaner.
I'm part of the DFW, the Golden Triangle, so that's where I'm at.
Okay. Okay. Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Is that
Dallas,
what it
Fort
is?
Worth, and Denton.
Okay. Okay.
Not you
Okay.
knowing the international, huh?
Hey,
Okay.
hey.
Go on.
Thank you.
I
Because in
gotta
my
stay
head
up
I
to.
was like down, forward.
You know, look at that. You look. You already got. That's
I
what
know.
we're doing
That's
here.
what I'm
The
saying. Thank
House
you
of
so
Nerd,
much.
bringing
Appreciate
bringing
it.
nerds together, man. This is what we do here in this
No,
community.
I hope you like the content. I just started doing something new where like I just kind of put a couple of different panels together, do like my quick review on the front, and then kind of explain what the story's going on in the comic. And it's just because I know that my YouTube videos are like what, maybe 15 minutes or something. Some people don't have time. Here's a 30-second video. Check it out. Like,
Okay, nice. And so for everybody who's in the live chats or watching this on the replay, we got the link to Manny's YouTube channel. Check it out, man. It's good stuff.
thank
And
you.
we actually did a couple videos together, video
I
reviews,
did.
for
Eve.
Eve.
Yeah, Eve. That was pretty fun. That was
Yeah,
a great
man.
story.
That was a lot of fun. So go check it out, man. And then we also had, I think, on for issue 5, the final of the Eve
Uh,
series, we had our boy Carlos from Omni City, who was here a couple weeks back.
yeah,
So you
exactly.
know,
And
it's a big old nerd family here. Hey, uh, this week, man, this week was a lot of good reading, guys. Top 3 week in review. you know what it's about here at the House of Nerds show, where we're talking about our favorite reads, favorite new releases each week. And I think Manny, we're gonna kick it off to you
All
first,
right.
right?
All
Uh,
right. Let's see if I
what
did
what
my
was what was your reading like this week? What was your top three? Talk to me.
All right, so honestly, I didn't get to go through all my pool because I had 22 books in my full list this week, and
Oh,
so I
okay.
got through about half, you know.
Okay, we
But
got another Dragon Ranger here. 22 books on the pull.
in a pool, yeah, exactly. And then this
Damn.
is with my shop not having everything. They didn't order a couple of things like all the annuals. They didn't order them, so I
Mm.
didn't get to read those yet. I'll get them next
Oh,
week.
okay.
But I think for top three, my first one, number three, would have to be Spider Man. Um, I've not been quiet about this, but I'm not a huge fan of Ben being Spider Man. I'm not happy that Peter is on the hospital bed and Ben's over here taking his name. But he's kind of proven himself here. He's been taking some hits from what's his name, Craven. That's the guy at the top. Right now, he's like he's been injected with some drugs from Craven, so that's why you see him with like a flaming head. He's got wings and
Okay.
everything. Um, but the whole issue is really just him fighting Craven, figuring out how to stop him, where he is, because Craven took him somewhere else. He's right here. He's having an identity crisis, you know, because he is Ben Parker, or yeah, Parker, but he always feels like he needs to live up to Peter. And he always feels like he comes short. And everything that he has, every memory that he has, it's Peter's memory, not his. So he just doesn't feel like
Mm,
he's Spider-Man yet. He doesn't feel like he's earned it. But in these last couple of chapters, he's getting there. He's definitely earning his spot in the mantle. Um, and here you got
that's
yes, the
what I'm
art.
saying, bro. This art is next
Mhm.
level sick.
I don't know who
Uh,
did. Does anybody know who the artist is? I didn't check the
No, I
name.
didn't.
yo.
But I did want to ask. So when I was getting screeners and stuff, they have Amazing Spider-Man 80, and then they had another one like Amazing Spider-Man BEY, which
Mhm.
I thought stood for Beyond. But isn't this already Beyond, or is there like a difference?
So I think the BEY stands, and this is just me guessing. This is my take on it. It's kind of like a Beyond tie-in. It has to do. So like
Mm,
the first
Mm,
one was with Misty and Colleen Wing, um, and it was like what they're doing in the Beyond Corporation, like what they're doing as their employees. You know, so
okay.
it is a tie-in with Beyond, but they like everything is Beyond right now. That's who Ben is working for at the moment.
So it's $1 more. So is it just like a more premium?
I would say if you can read it online, read it online. Honestly, like that. I don't know if I would buy. Me personally, I'm a collector, so like I need to have the complete collection, so I'm
the
buying it.
physical.
But it's not
Yeah.
needed. You know
I'm
what I
pretty
mean?
sure I pulled this one just because I like the cover. I'm like, I haven't read any of the run, but
So Dragon Ranger saying Michael Dowling is the
Michael
artist.
Dowling.
And listen, man, uh that's gorgeous, yo.
and the eyes,
That
because
is
that was another question. I loved how like the stuff with like the matter, it looked like matter coming off of Spider-Man. So I didn't know
Mhm.
that he was drugged. And then my other question was like Craven has like eye nipples,
Don't look at that.
but since
No, we don't look at that.
we don't, because I couldn't stop looking at that. So
he's got eye nipples.
yeah, if you look
That's the
closely.
lion vest that he has. You
Oh,
know,
I
so like,
thought
you
it
can
was
see that.
okay.
No, no,
Man.
he's got like the mane around his collar,
I
and
said,
it's just
now what
a
is
lion.
that? Okay.
Okay.
But he's on hallucinogens or something. So
Yeah,
that okay.
exactly.
It
It
does
does
have a little
remind
bit
me
of
of some.
a Sinkovich feel, eh?
Yeah.
That's scratchy at times.
Mhm.
Man, that honestly, dude. So I don't read any Marvel,
Really?
but like when the art is that dope, like I'm almost tempted to check that out. How deep into this new run is
So
this series? Is it easy to
uh,
catch up on or?
this new run is actually releasing is Spider-Man 3 times out of the month, every week
Whoa,
basically, except for 1 week, and then that 1 week it's the tie-in that Elle was talking about, the
Mm.
BEY.
that's
So you're basically getting
crazy.
Spider-Man every single week. I think it started with 75, so it's about 5 issues in.
Okay.
Okay,
I mean, you
so
can catch up for
weekly
sure.
almost,
Yeah, almost basically. I don't know when it's gonna stop, but um,
man.
the story
Uh
really is just about Ben becoming this employee. And right now, like what you're seeing here is Craven.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
we got the. That's true. I don't think we can unsee those eye nipples, man.
I've already blocked it out. I saw that
Wow.
when I first saw it. I've been blocking it out now.
Yeah.
No, but this is Craven right here, mad at Spider-Man. I don't know if he knows that it's Ben or if he knows that it's Peter, but he's mad at Spider-Man because he's like, you sold out. You work for a company now. You're not for the people, and your weakness reflects on me, so I need to get you back into your prime, basically.
I got you, bro. Let me ask you, for those in the audience who might be reading this, uh, is this like, would I be able to jump into this new arc, not having read any of the previous stuff, not being familiar with the current kind of situation in the Spidey universe and all that good stuff?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because this at 75, Nick Spencer's
Mhm.
run finished at 74.
Mhm.
This 100% starts with Ben showing up out of nowhere. It's a new story, and it explains everything. What is Ben doing there? What happens to Peter? Um,
Okay.
Basically, it's a completely new story, a completely new chapter where they
Okay.
haven't even talked about anything that really has happened within the last 74 issues.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you
Because
wanted to start from there,
listen, I love me some Spidey, man. He's one of my favorites. You know, I just I haven't gotten around. I just don't read Marvel, so. But I mean, this art is good enough that it's like, man, I feel like I gotta check this out, bro.
so
Yeah,
just
I read mostly his minis, like
Yeah.
Life Story
mhm.
and Spider Shadow. But
Mm,
like a full run, that's like a commitment, right?
yeah, for sure, for
Just to
sure.
kind of get off topic, did you guys see the Spider Verse trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
talk
god,
about Spider Man, right? So
my
like,
dude, how amazing! Like, first of all, I think Into the Spider Verse. And this, we probably could have saved it for the hot takes, because this might be a hot take. But listen,
uh-oh.
I feel like Into the Spider Verse is the best Spidey film
Done.
out.
Yes,
Period.
perfect. Yes,
You
this
know,
is
I'm
actually
talking
it's the
live
best
action, all of that.
superhero movie ever,
Yeah. It,
honestly. So
yeah.
I was telling Carlos actually, I was talking to Carlos Omni City Comics
Mm.
that Across the Spider Verse is already my favorite movie of 2022. Like
I mean,
it's done.
man. Yeah, Juan. It just
Yes,
dropped last night.
yes.
I happened. Yeah,
Go
I
watch
didn't
it
even.
after this show.
Man, watch it after the show. But check it out, bro. It looks dope. It looks dope. And I like the little, like, even just like the gradual aging up of Miles. You can
Yes,
see he's
yeah.
older now. Uh but I love that animation, man. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for the new
And
Spider-Verse.
I did get. You know what? I'm not going to talk about the trailer. I was about to say something about the trailer, but Juan, you haven't seen it. I don't want to spoil it for you, so like I'll let it go. But it's a good. It's really good.
Spidey 2099, bro. Jeez. Yo,
Yeah.
hype for that. Hype for that. I think I've got my issue number 1 somewhere. It's one of the few, like, old books that I managed to hold on to from, like, way back in the day.
If you
So,
want to, you can send it to me, and I can inspect it,
oh,
make sure everything is good,
there you
and
go. You know,
and then it
you
gets
know,
lost in the mail.
make
So
sure, double check that grade.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay,
I'm here for
okay.
you.
All
Yeah.
right, bro. You gotta hit me up with the info after the show, man. Um, that's the great thing about that film. It is like it's pure comic. It's a
Yes.
pure comic
Yeah.
book movie in
Yeah.
its in the truest sense, right? It's like a comic. It's the
Just
comic come
ripped
to
out of the
life.
pages. It's
Yeah,
ripped. Yeah, exactly. No, I
man,
love it.
such a great film. I've
And
watched.
there's so many hidden Easter eggs, like in that first movie, like so many little things.
Mhm.
Like the main thing that pops up is like 42 pops up a lot all over the place. You see Brian Michael Bendis in his phone. Like I love
Yeah,
it.
little
Things like
things
that.
like that. A whole whack of Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Such a good film, man. I remember seeing that in the theater, uh, with my youngest, and he loved it. He's like, true story. Right as soon as the film was done, he said, "Dad, can you get me the comics?" Hey, of course, of course. You mean you being a nerd? I was so excited. I said, "Yo, let's go hit up the comic shop right now."
It's gonna cost you,
Um,
but yeah, I got you.
that's the beautiful thing about great comic book movies like that. Yeah, man. So
Absolutely.
that was your number. That was your number three pick,
That
though.
was,
Eh?
yeah, number
Spidey.
3. Back to
What's
this.
your number
Yeah.
two, man? Yeah.
Number 2,
Wanna?
I have it as Once in Future. If you haven't been reading this book, you need to go get it. The hardcover just came out. It collects issues 1 through 12. Um, but no, this is Dan Mora does the covers and the interiors. Speaking of art, for those art lovers out there, me personally, I think Dan Mora can do no wrong. Look at this. That's a fire breathing lion right here. Um, it's about mythology, basically mythology and legends coming to life. Mostly Arthurian legends, like King Arthur and
Mm.
stuff. King Arthur is actually the main villain of this story. But
Mm.
here, this is one of my favorite things here. Speaking of like myths and legends, this is a giant, the giant from Jack and the Giant Beanstalk. And when I heard it right here, he's saying like fee fi fo fum, you know. And when I started reading that, I was like, oh my god, because it came out of nowhere. It's just a random sighting of this giant. That's not has nothing to do with the main story whatsoever. But this is right here, basically to explain what's going on here is that guy, the human, he's taking care of a bunch of old people from an old folks home from all these mythological creatures that have made it into our world. And he doesn't know what he's doing. He thinks that ringing that bell is going to keep that giant away, but obviously not. He's able to escape him. But this is a great story overall.
Hey,
So
Manny. We got Dragon Rangers requesting you to throw a you know throw a dab,
nah,
man. Is that how the kids doing it these days?
Wait, do it again in slow mo.
Did I do it right? No, no. You got your one. You got your one clip there, Al. All right. Uh, but hey,
Right.
listen. I'm not reading this book. Al, are you reading Once in
so
Future?
No, but after I saw that giant, after when I was doing the pages, I went back and I read the issue. I
Oh,
mean, obviously, I don't know what's going on, but I
yeah.
thought it was really cool, so I'm gonna go back and read it from the
Okay.
beginning.
so like I'm speaking about like myths and legends, right? Like right here, what they're doing is they're going inside the armory of one of the best hunters of these legends and stuff.
I love this shot. That's why I put it in.
And
Nothing to
I would
do
have
with
never
your pick.
guessed. I
I
would have
just
never
loved this
guessed.
picture. Yeah,
Yeah, this right here, this
yeah,
belongs to William Shakespeare.
I love
Mm,
it.
Shakespeare is like one of the best hunters in the world, and I didn't see that coming whatsoever. And
that's
so
pretty cool.
I'm telling you, like, this is a book that you must. I feel like everyone has to read, and especially if you love Dan Mora, read it.
Yeah. You know what? Because they're already. This is like issue 22. I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about
Exactly.
this, but just never got around to picking up even like a single issue.
But I got Dragon Ranger's seal of approval right here, so
Mhm.
And
I
that's it.
mean,
If he says it's dope, then you know,
exactly.
yeah, yeah. Because he's hard to please, Dragon Ranger, eh? He's usually shit, 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 shit. So if he's
Nah,
saying this is dope, then
you know what though?
no.
Honestly, if you ask any of my friends that actually read comics and stuff, I'm that guy. I'm like, nah, this is trash. No,
Okay.
oh,
you
so
shouldn't be
you and
reading that.
Sergio are like right there because you can't say nothing that's mid.
I can't let you feel good about yourself
Yeah.
about something. You know what I mean? Like I just can't allow that.
Hey, hey, we gotta keep it 100 here, man. Then everything's gonna be a hit.
Real quick off topic though, because I saw Dragon say that his first introduction to Evil Ernie was the one he just read. Don't do that. Go back and read the original Chaos runs. Don't let this define
Oh
what you
no.
think is good Evil Ernie, please, because I hated this one.
Oh
So if
no.
you could go back, Dragon, I would appreciate it.
Hey, there you go.
All right. And then I don't know if you have
Ruben,
another.
get out of here. How do you block people on here?
Yeah, this is all right. So yeah, this is the last one.
This is your number
I'm
one,
very
bro.
surprised because this is a tie-in. This is the Death of Doctor Strange Spider-Man tie-in. Tie-ins
Okay.
usually have nothing to do with the story. They kind of just like throw away. Like the other tie-in this week was Death of Doctor Strange White Fox. And for me, that one wasn't that great. It was more of a story about her, which is weird that there's a story progressing her in a tie-in that has nothing to do with her. So that was weird.
Mm,
But this Death of Doctor Strange starts off with that's Black Cat sitting next to Peter in the hospital. And she's just been taking care of him, her and MJ, honestly. So that's another thing from the Amazing Spider-Man books is that they're all taking care of him.
Oh, so
They're
it's
not,
like universe. This is like throughout all the books. He's in the hospital.
yeah, like this is all canon.
Okay.
Spider-Man
Sorry,
had
what happened? What happened to Peter Parker?
Oh, he
so
had a little fall, right?
yeah, he just tripped. No
He
big
just
deal.
tripped.
No,
Yeah.
no, him and Ben, they were fighting these. They're called the UFOs, and they sent like some radiation. Like it was a whole like bomb of, I can't even tell you what it was. But Ben's new suit, he's got this state of the art suit with the Beyond Corporation, was able
Oh,
to
okay.
filter out that toxin, and but Ben has Peter has a regular suit, so he took all of it in, and so now he's in a coma.
Oh,
He's
so he
fighting
got a
for his life.
commission, and that's why Ben is the current Spider-Man.
Yes and no. Yes and no. So I think
Mm.
you're gonna have to catch up, man. I'm
That's
telling
crazy.
you.
See,
No,
Ben.
so in that very first book, Ben met up with Peter and he was like, "Hey, I don't wanna fight you or anything. I'm just letting you know I am Spider-Man now. You're not Spider-Man. Like
Oh shit, like that.
legally, the name Spider-Man belongs to me now."
Not a
And
copyright lawsuit in the books.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, absolutely. No, and so that's basically how it started.
Oh, dragon on one today, huh?
Oof.
Rare form
Yeah.
dragon, rare form.
That's
Look at
pretty much
that.
what what Dragon is saying exactly what Black Cat is saying here. Is like you are happy that he's in a coma. You get to become Spider-Man. You get to be the hero. Like, what are you doing here? Because he's showing up. Because Ben shows up every once in a while and he checks on Peter.
Man.
So right now she's pissed at him. And while they're fighting, then we see Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange died. Right? The death of Doctor Strange is
Mm.
happening at the moment. So when he died, he actually set up a couple of different magical spells to happen, and one of them was to contact Spider-Man and ask for his help to take care of a couple of things around the city that only he can do, basically. And so he does show up over Peter Parker. He's actually sending a message to the real Spider-Man, but luckily Ben was there. But Black Cat sees the message. Ben's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go to the Sanctum Sanctorum, see what's going on." And Black Cat follows. She's like, "I'm not gonna let you do this by yourself. You think you're Spider-Man, but you're gonna fail, and I want to be there when you fail." So they all go to Doctor Strange's house. They get this list of missions to do, and little by little, Black Cat starts seeing that what Ben does know what he's doing. He's not like butchering it or anything like that, and she's kind of starting to respect him. And one of the stories that happens, like there's a story within a story here. Ben tells Black Cat about like the village doctor. It's a great scene. I don't want to tell that story. If you want to see that story, I suggest you read it because it has more emotion.
Hey, it's your
In the
number
book.
one, so it's your number one for a reason. It's good stuff, eh?
Absolutely. And like one of the
Man.
main things that I took from this, the very end page, is like there's magic in everything, and even like the smallest of actions, there's magic. Yeah. So like the last, basically the last thing was mostly an act of kindness, and that's all it was. But that's a huge bit of magic.
Okay.
But
Hey, Elle, can you say Sanctum Sanctorium 3 times real quick?
If you go first, I will go.
No, no, I can't do that. Hey, we had a comment here about the evil Ernie you guys were talking about. Because I'm not
Uh,
familiar.
so Scott Lobdell,
oh
he's
no.
doing, he did the new Evil Ernie, and I think it's for Dynamite, and it's really unfortunate. Brian Polito is still doing his thing at Coffin. I wish he was like able to retain the IP for that because I don't think anybody could write Evil Ernie, especially, as well as, or even art wise, like there it's just no comparison. And this one felt like they were trying to modernize him too much, and it was like, oh, there's like, talking about how the internet is fake news and stuff, and I'm like, this feels a little dirty reading. Like I felt a
Mm,
little I felt like very you know
just
a
didn't feel right, eh?
yeah, it wasn't a
Okay.
good look. And then the way they presented the story too, like they were trying to do like a flash, like what's happening now, a flashback, and then try to tie it back up to what's happening right now, but it didn't like balance out that
Mm,
way in the narration. So it felt like real clunky, and I don't like him. I hate it. I hated it. It made me mad actually, because
Mm. Okay, that's
and
good to
hey,
know.
don't be mad at me. Don't all the audience and everything. Please don't be mad. What is Evil Ernie? I have no idea.
yeah, so Lady Death, like Chaos Comics back in like the early
Yeah,
90s,
kind of. Yeah.
or I think it was Absolute Comics and then Chaos, but yeah, Brian Polito. He's the same guy who does Lady Death. Like
Okay.
they're in like not I won't say in canon, but back then they used to do a lot of crossover events with Lady Death and Evil Ernie. So like if I was gonna go back and read Evil Ernie, I would suggest Youth Gone Wild as like a trade to read first. Yeah, his Evil Ernie, Tim Seeley's was better than this. But yeah, no, the Chaos line of Dynamite is trash. And like Chaos is like one of
Okay.
the publications I grew up reading. My dad was like really big on their books. So like I had the trading cards and the pens and the books and everything. So it's real disappointing that this is what it
Mhm.
is now.
Hey Elle, I
Okay.
hope you're happy. You just put Dragon Ranger's pull list up to 1001
Oh,
books.
and you're gonna be
Congratulations.
paying some money for those trades because I think the
Oh,
trade is like $45.
My dude just added more books to his list. I don't know how he does it, bro.
damn.
Hey, hey, gotta love it, man. Hey, that's a passion for
He
comics
said
right
evil
there.
earnings. Juan, I said evil
No.
earning.
Oye, entonces, your top three. Can we recap that? What was the top three, my man?
Yeah. So the third one was Amazing Spider-Man. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that was 80.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Once in Future number 22,
Mm-hmm.
and this is Death of Doctor Strange, Spider-Man number 1.
Beautiful,
Great,
man.
great
All right.
books. Definitely suggest them.
Okay. Sounds like a lot of good reading. I am very tempted to pick up that Amazing Spider-Man just off of the art, man. That looks dope.
Oh,
Um.
just real quick, like I
Mhm.
said, I wasn't able to read all my books this week, but this morning, right before we got on this call, I was able to read Animal Castle. So that's I would say that's a memorable, honorable mention. Animal Castle by Ablaze.
Animal Castle. I'm not even familiar with that one. Ablaze, eh? Hey,
I've
I
been
know I'll
hearing.
read a lot of Ablaze
I
titles.
didn't care for it. But that's a
Oh,
personal preference
ooh,
with animals and comic books.
that
That's a
sounds like a hot
personal.
take.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
it is because I saw everybody loved it this week, so I just said, let me just
Oh, I seen
get
that.
out
I
of this.
seen that. But I passed on it. You know why? Because I'm like, it's another like they're jumping on the stray dogs bandwagon, the
Not, I
animals.
would say more like Frank at Home on the Farm, but like not
Oh,
psychedelic.
I was
okay.
thinking Animal Farm, honestly,
Yeah,
like the book. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Okay.
basically what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right.
I
Interesting.
don't know. It's real hit or miss with me with animals as the main characters.
I gotta say I read it and it got me interested. So I'll say it's an honorable mention. But we can take this up on the hot take. It's not a big deal.
All right, okay. Yeah, let's do
I
that.
just remove you from the stream. I think he's wrong.
Yeah,
Just mute me.
mute him. Mute
It
him.
was Cookie Monster. It was very brutal, like around the end. Yeah. So
Even at the beginning, I thought it was interesting, like
that's true.
with the court and how they deal with things. I thought it was, but true to like thank you, Mel. Mel's a real one. I loved Frank at Home on the Farm too. Honestly, I usually don't like animals personified like as humans,
Mhm.
but Frank at Home was excellent. I loved that. I think I can't remember who did Frank at Home. Scout, I think.
Okay.
Scout.
Scout. That's a scout
Yeah.
book. Yeah, that's a scout book. Okay, cool, man. Oh, what are we looking at for your top three?
So my number 3 was Maniac of New York. The
Mm,
Bronx is Burning. Number 1. Not a true
okay.
number 1 like you tried to pitch last week, but
Hey, listen. Uh, so this was my copper drop pick last week.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay,
Let me just get it out
I'm
there.
gonna let you go.
Let me just get it out there. This
Okay.
this this was my copper drop pick last week. Uh, the audience, the live chats,
Yeah.
went what else picked Gotham City villains,
Sorry
except
for that.
except for a couple real ones that my man Dragon Ranger, and a few others who held it down. So it's curious to see
Mhm.
my pick make
Mhm.
your top three.
mm.
So I'm very curious now to see if your pick made your top three at all. The suspense awaits.
Spoiler alert,
Suspense
it did
awaits.
not. Didn't even make my
Oh,
reading
dang.
list.
It did
Oh,
not. Well then, folks. Uh, for
So
future
anyways.
reference, this is why we don't go with Al's picks here on the House of Nurture. Just trust your boy. I'm bringing the heat, man.
Yeah,
It's
he
really,
but is it
really
in your
what's up.
top? We'll see, huh?
You know, he
Um
knows what's up. My man Dragon Charles knows what's up, baby. He knows what's good. All right, continue, Al. You can
yeah.
continue now.
Thank you know what? Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, no problem.
Um Yeah, so Harry is back. There's a lot of fake Harrys running around. Zelda and them are back. You know, everybody's back. Everybody should be dead, but they're not. They're back. I also like how this one. Did you guys ever see like the Belko experiment?
Mm.
Belko?
Belko. It was like that movie where like they were all trapped in like that corporate building where they worked, and they had to like fight, kill each other until there was like one person left.
No. Is that a
No,
film?
Yeah, it was.
No.
So it kind of
I think I
reminded
heard about
me
it. Yeah.
of that in the sense that I think there's something very corporate going on behind Harry. And so this issue really kind of like cemented that for me. Like there's clearly some bigger power monetarily at work with Harry
Mm.
because the school, you know, in this issue, they don't call the
Oh.
police, call us first.
Yeah,
'Cause I
yeah,
feel
yeah,
like they
yeah.
want him contained and not killed because there's some kind of financial situation, or he's like a manufactured like being or
Okay.
something. And I think where his weakness is like the museum or something. And so I think that there's like something more
Yeah, he's got.
behind the scenes going on
Mhm,
than it
mhm.
just being like a maniac killer with
Okay.
yeah. So I
Like a
think
corporate
that
evil type situation.
yeah, or like there's just something deeper to it, which I really liked because I think it's real easy to write like a slasher. Like,
Yeah.
okay, it's fun, whatever. But I liked the twist in this that made it seem like even like the keychain is branded, the one that the security guard has to turn on the alarm. It's everything is branded. And so I'm
Mhm.
curious to see
Okay. I mean,
how that plays out.
I read it. This one, Maniac. This is what I will say about this series. It's horror satire done at its finest. They nail what they're going for very very much. So Elliot Kalan, right, is the writer, and then
Who's the artist?
Andrea Muti
Mhm.
Andrea Monti.
is
Okay.
dope, man. He's got that watercolor, that excuse me, what watercolor style, which is really
Yeah,
great.
it looks pretty good.
And then in this, like,
Yeah.
I think depending on who's like what the story is focusing on, the color palette changes. Like there's
Oh,
softer colors and then there's more hard colors when it's
Hmm.
like
oh yeah.
Harry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's it opens up the world of. I think the stakes are higher, right? That's the big thing, right
And
now.
there's so many bunny mask Easter eggs. I'm like, is it gonna cross over at some point? Is this all taking place in the same world?
Universe.
That would be so cool.
Hey, that
But
was
it
that was
has to
cool.
because they have the graffiti right next to each other. Like I think on this one you can even see on the bottom
Hmm.
left, it's Bunny Mask on top and Harry on the bottom.
Yeah,
So I'd be curious to see
yeah,
maybe there's Easter eggs for future, you know.
yeah. For those who picked up the book, check it out because there's like a good 3 or 4 or 5 bunny mask Easter eggs sprinkled throughout this book because Bunny Mask is drawn by the same artist Andrea Muti, right? Uh,
Mhm.
so Al, I had the same thought. I'd be like, that'd be dope if it exists in the same
Mhm.
universe, in this, right? How
Yeah.
sick would that be? And then some kind of a potential crossover down the line.
Cause even Bunny
Like,
Mask, like being like
yo,
her being in like the mines and how corporate that whole, you know, area is, the mining and drilling and stuff. So I'm like, oh, that would be cool.
that'd be sick, yo. That'd be sick. Oh, okay, man. All right. I see where you're taking that story out. Okay,
I just
potentially.
made up my whole own
I,
news
I
story.
seen that. I seen that. I said, "Yo, she
It's
got
canon now.
you got
You
some
need to
inside info
reach out to
with the writer,
Aftershock.
or
And
man."
so my number one pick, oh no, number two, just kidding.
Number two.
Hotel.
Okay.
Volume 2, number 1. We
Okay.
talked about this a lot already on the advanced review, but you know, it's another family's found the motel. Sad stuff happens.
Hey, it's good for those who haven't already. Please go and check out our review of Hotel Volume 2, man. Uh, I mean, it's good stuff.
What
It's
I
good
like
stuff.
about Hotel is that the horror is human. Like there are supernatural elements, but nothing is scarier than having to
Oh.
be a human being with human emotions and shortcomings. Yeah, yeah, Mel, John Lee's. This was a fantastic return. I think sometimes like it's kind of dicey when you take that long of a break and then you come back, and can it match the caliber of the previous volume?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it told such a complete story. But I do think that there are Easter eggs in this one that alludes to this taking place maybe days after the events of number one. I don't think this took place any giant amount of time after number four. Was it 4 issues, right?
Volume 1 was 4
Yeah.
issues. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This takes place like it has to be, I feel like, in the same time frame as the end of number four.
It's good.
Yeah.
I dig it, man. I'm looking forward to issue 2. Yeah.
And then my number one is Department of Truth number 14.
Dot. Okay.
So good. Are you reading it, Manny?
I never jumped on it, and like I don't know what it is about me, but like as soon as I don't jump on something, then like I just stand my ground. I'm like, I'm not going to. I'm not gonna read it. I don't care how good it is. I don't care how good everyone says it, but I'm just not gonna do it. I did the same thing with the Something is Killing the Children. I just refused to read it.
Oh
But
man.
I'll get to it eventually, but just I'm stubborn like that, I guess.
Hey, just quickly with the hotel stuff.
Mhm.
That's what I love about that series is how he weaves all the characters together
Mhm.
in the different stories. It's so great, man. Yeah, that first volume. Honestly, man, some of the best horror stuff I've read like ever. Period. Is that good? Check it out, man. If you haven't already, man.
Yeah, I actually have been trying to
Yeah,
go more into like horror stories with
yeah,
comics. I usually don't, but
yeah,
lately I've been getting into it, so I
yeah.
might just do that.
It's great, man. Yeah, it's like a anthology style. So,
Mhm.
but they're like they all connect.
And I
Yeah,
think AWA their volume ones are like always $9.99. Like I don't think the price
That's
changes on
not
that.
bad at all.
So
I
volume
can
one
deal
you
with
can get
that.
for $10. Yeah.
oh, it's not bad, eh?
So this issue is a I think this is like the comeback from 13. I think there was a gap in release, right? 13 was the end of an arc.
Yeah.
And so this one picks up, and we're finally getting to L. Ron Hubbard and Scientology and Jack Parsons and the
Oh,
experiments and stuff.
okay.
And this is like Oswald is like this is like his first deviation from like his orders at the department. So he goes on like a little secret side mission, and it's such a good book. Like, and oh, so it's about like they learn about like the summoning that Hubbard and Parsons did to get the divine feminine, which is the Scarlet Woman. And so it's more backstory into like who she is, why she is. um it's interesting that it's number 14 and she's like on every single cover from like number 1 on every single variant, every single exclusive, but they're just now really low. This is who she is. Four arcs in, and
Wow.
we're
We're,
finally
we're finally getting some
yeah.
backstory on it.
Can I ask real quick if
Mhm.
how much knowledge of history or something like that do you have to kind of actually enjoy this book? Like,
You can know nothing and be Googling all night long. I swear. Like
yeah.
some stuff I didn't know. This specifically, I knew a lot about, like
Mhm.
L. Ron Hubbard and like I knew a lot about this already. So it was really exciting that they were finally touching on it. And this was a guest artist. Usually it's Martin Simmons, but this is John Pearson.
Oh, this is not even Simmons, eh?
No, it's every arc they have like a guest artist
Oh,
on one.
but it's
And
very similar style though.
very similar, but
Very.
very I feel like this art is like a lot like if I go back, like I feel like he expresses emotion a little bit better. Like this scene is
Mhm.
so funny and I knew it was going to be funny. Like and
Yeah.
sometimes with Simmons art, it's like very abstract, like
Yeah.
you're not really sure what's going on, but I
Right.
really enjoyed this guy's work and I don't think I've ever seen his work before, but I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go and look up what else he's done because it was phenomenal." And like there's a lot of other pages that are like this that are like Simmons-esque. And they
Yeah.
do this a lot in Department of Truth where it's very abstract, but it ties the story together because somebody
Hmm.
is telling a story. And it's also, this issue was like a secret, like a surprise origin story for one of everybody's favorite characters. So that was very exciting to end the issue on. And so it made me
Okay,
like absolutely hyped for number 15.
man. The art is dope. Uh, I've got, man, I've got all the issues. I'm like up to date with my singles, but I've only read to like up to like issue 3 or something like that. I gotta catch up. Man, they're just sitting there.
I feel like some of the issues, like the pacing is a lot slow, and it can get, especially if you're not like a history buff,
Hmm.
it can get kind of boring. I can see that. But also it always finds a way to be like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? Like at some point it's gonna be like, what? And so this one had a really cool like nod to people who like, if you have been reading it, then obviously you're not going to jump in at number 14,
No,
Okay.
but
that's what I'm gonna do. So
there's there's a payoff here in one of the, in like a secret origin story thing, and it was so good. It made me smile because I said that was really cool how you guys did that, because I wasn't expecting it.
nice. So it's kind
I,
of like a reward for the loyal readers.
Yeah.
That's cool.
yeah, I think you sold me. I gotta catch up on this, man. That and something is killing the children as well. I'm behind like a full volume
Something
on
is
that.
killing the
So.
children. I know you refuse to read anything somebody says is good, Manny.
Yeah,
But truly, and I feel like the hype is warranted on
it's real.
something
Okay.
is coming to something is coming to children. Something is killing the children. Because even so, this last arc was like all flashback, but even I felt like, it's real easy to get away with doing flashback stories, but this one was so good. Like I was invested. I'm not gonna lie though, I have not read House of Slaughter yet. I have the issues. I
I will
haven't.
say I
Hmm.
just bought a House of Slaughter, the local comic shop day
Oh, the
variant, the black
very
and white.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I literally just bought it for cover. I try not to do that, but like I was just like that
yeah,
cover looks pretty badass. I like Jay Lee's art. I'm gonna
yeah.
buy it, even though I don't know who this guy is.
Okay,
Yeah, no, I
it's
have
not too
no
bad.
idea. It's sitting there, and every day I look at it like I'm gonna redo, and I don't. So
Tinian's solid, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm taking a couple
Not,
steps towards it. I guess
mhm,
eventually I'm getting closer to picking it up.
yeah, yeah. He's got some of the best stuff out right now.
Oh yeah,
And it
Yeah.
all feels different enough where it doesn't feel like he's putting out the same stuff for everybody.
Oh, for sure,
yeah.
Yeah.
for sure. Nice House on the Lake's completely different from Dot, which is different from Something is Killing, right? So,
But
yeah.
Department of Truth is probably my favorite
Your
ongoing.
favorite, eh? Of the three of
Yeah,
those books?
for
Okay,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's curious. All right. So this is your number one,
Yeah, this is my number one.
man. All right. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Hey, listen. Normally, I question your top three picks, but
Hmm.
this is solid top
Not
three.
not all of us
Solid
can
top
be
three, y'all.
Manny with two Spider-Mans.
I know. Yeah, I just couldn't.
Spider-Men, if you will.
Spider Man.
One,
Spider-Man.
never mind. Then I was about to say one is Ben, one is Peter, but they were both Ben. Yeah, never
Okay.
mind.
All right.
And I think Ben and Peter are in both, right?
Uh, yes, but Peter. I mean, I guess he's just laying there. He's not doing
But
anything.
oh, come on. He's
Eh,
thinking. He's like,
He's
I wish
out.
I could be
He's literally
healthy.
fighting for his life.
He's
Oh
just
my god.
chilling. He needed a break. He's tired of
He's
it.
not even in a coma. He's just sleeping.
Yeah.
So top three, y'all. Maniac, number one.
Hotel,
Yeah.
number 1, and Department of Truth, 14.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna get into my top three. Before I do, just want to give a shout out to a couple new faces I'm seeing. We got Louis C. Hey, I'm curious, man. How you came across the show, man? Through the socials or what, man? It's good to see you though. Yeah, you see, got some Maniac love there. And then finally, my main man, Elwood Hemingway, stopping by. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us here at the House of Nerd Show. Uh, I'm gonna get into my top three. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet for you guys, man. Oh, we got some more Tinian love there. Wind is one that
Wind
I've
was
never
really
read.
good. You haven't read that? Okay.
It's not
Only
in my
because
wheelhouse genre-wise. That's why I haven't.
exactly.
But I
It's
have,
very
I'm
what's
not
similar.
a
his
big
other one? It came out a while ago on Boom with the high school kids.
A while ago.
A Tinian book?
Yeah, and it was like I've had it on my shelf for like 4 years maybe, and I've never read it. I have like
Oh,
the
really?
yearbook edition of it. I don't know.
I'm not. I'm not familiar.
Can't
I'm gonna
think of
look it up.
anything.
Yeah. Oh, the Woods.
Yeah, the
Frank.
Woods.
Frank saying the Woods.
I've never. It's
Okay.
I bought it because I thought it was cool looking because it's like the big yearbook edition. I've never even.
Oh no.
Hey, but that looks good. I haven't read the Woods either, but it's got like another. It's a horror vibe, no?
Yeah, but it has like boom. What's the kids imprint like studios?
Boom Studios.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has like that kind
Oh,
of vibe to it. So I
okay.
think when I got it, I said, "Oh, I'll save this for my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She could read it.
Okay.
Tell me if it's
Well,
good."
listen, if you're not gonna read them, you can send them my way, eh? Don't
Ooh,
you
I'm
know?
not paying that
Oh.
shipping.
Hey, hey, don't
No,
be
I
that
will say
way.
I've read The Wind or just Wind, and I think it's pretty great. It did kind of dip in quality for a little bit for like 2 or 3 issues, but then it's a right back up. So
Yeah, I
That's
thought that
because he
was only
was
like a five
busy
issue.
writing his good stuff, huh?
yeah, I would have so honestly, nah. His darker stuff. We'll leave it at that.
Okay, okay, cool. Elle, can I get into my top three now? Are you gonna stop interrupting?
Ooh, what kind of tea are you drinking?
I don't know. I don't even know. It's probably chamomile.
Ugh,
Something to settle the stomach.
okay, here you go, number 3.
All right, number three, all nighter. Hey, I'm gonna keep it short, guys. Because Al was rambling on there for like I don't know forever. Anywho, my number three pick, the all nighter number three, by Zdarsky, Jason Liu, Paris Aline is the colorist on this. It's pretty much it's an all Toronto creator lineup, man. You know, Toronto creators running the comic book game right now. And of course, my man Dragon Ranger. Hey, listen, bro, I know it's digital, but pick it up,
Dragon.
baby.
Oh no, okay,
Pick
okay. I
it
was about
up.
to say, yeah, no, it's
Pick it up, my
Comixology
dude.
original.
This is listen. I'm gonna just it's fun, action, it's just comic book. This is what the genre is made for, man. Just fun. You got
Hmm.
action. You got vampires. You got different monsters, creatures coming into the story, and how they're developing the story is really honestly, I promise you, it's not what you're gonna think it is.
And
You
if you
know,
liked Afterlift, which was also I think the same Chip and
same
Jason
creative
Liu,
team. Yeah.
it has very similar themes and pacing and humor. It's such a good all nighter is I will co-sign that. It's really good.
Did you read number three? Oh,
Yeah, I did. This is my
how
favorite page. That's why I was
how
skipped
fun
around
was that?
until yeah. But Chip and Jason, I feel they're such a good team.
Yeah.
Afterlift is the only comic that has made me cry. So like, and it's such a fun book up until the sad part. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it is a Comixology exclusive.
Okay.
Yeah. Um Man, Manny, I recommend this, man, honestly. And if you can get it for free, if you're like an Amazon Prime
I was
member,
just about to ask that. Like, I am a
yeah,
Prime member. I have comics. I've been reading like the Scott Snyder's new
yeah.
stuff on there, but
Snyder stuff has been fantastic,
yeah.
bro.
Mm, don't get
On
him started.
Comixology,
Here we go.
yeah. Hey, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Tune into
Night of the
last
Ghoul
week's
wasn't in
episode.
your top.
Hey,
When you Night of the Ghoul isn't in your top.
it was us last week. It was in my
No,
top
I
last
know.
week.
I'm saying that the week
Yeah.
it came out, you
Okay.
I'm surprised it's not in your top. Like,
Hey, never mind.
out of
Okay,
here.
please.
I got hate on that one too. I had people reaching out to me like, I don't want to hear your takes on Scott Snyder. Like he could do
Good,
no wrong.
rightfully so. Rightfully so.
I
And
think I
guys,
agree with you
I
though.
just want to, feel
Hot
free
takes.
to bombard Elle's, socials feed with her bad takes. Let her know. Let her know she's like, to step her game up here on the House of Nerd Show because uh, we don't take no Scott Snyder slander over here, man. Okay, the
Number
man.
2. You ready?
Yeah, number two. Number two. Moving on. Dirt Bag Rapture issue number 3 is in my number 2 spot.
Surprised.
Uh Listen, Al put me onto this one. Thank you, Al. I'm giving you your credits. The
You're
last time,
welcome.
never gonna happen
Okay, yeah.
again. Uh, but listen, this has been a fuck ton of fun.
Hmm.
Uh, it's crazy. So what's a good synopsis for this one? This the main character.
She had a
Uh,
near death experience, and
she's
now
got
Oh,
she can like see between worlds, and she's like a guide. Remember that movie like back in the day, like Saints or something? I don't know. The one about the bus that crashes, and then he has to like help the ghosts return home one by one.
no, I don't know that. What are
I
you going
thought
on
you were
about?
older. I thought you would know
You're the
these.
old one,
It
bro.
was a kid. I was a kid when I saw it, but I thought it was like your
I'm
age.
25, bro. I don't know about those
Plus
things.
12.
Damn. Okay, so but this is a lot of fun. You got
Hearts and Souls.
copious.
Sorry, Mel. Yes.
Heart and
One of my
Soul.
favorite movies when
No,
I was a
no,
kid.
I've never heard of that.
nope,
I've never heard of
no.
that, man. What are you guys even going on about
I
hearts
was
and
watching
souls?
Disney, I guess. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know, man. Hey, yo.
Mel, don't say that, Mel. We're
But I think you hit the nail on the head there, with the synopsis. So she's able to see these ghosts, and she's trying to, um, what's the word?
Look at this guy. Get out of here.
No sky. No, yes,
Block.
thank you.
He's
Hey,
the
who
one
is
who
this
is
guy?
he's the one who is giving me shit about it.
Mike,
He said
Michael Moon.
I had to mute you
Michael
when you
Reed.
started talking about
Okay, I like this guy already, man. He knows what's up. Uh, you gotta follow on the socials. Hit me up. Hit me up. Hit me up. Putting Elle in her place, man.
I'm
You
just
check.
I'm with you. I stopped reading the after number one with all the Scott Snyder new releases.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
We got pre-sober art.
It was such a good movie. I
Can
used to
can
watch it like every weekend on like my VHS. Like I would rewind. I used to watch that all the time.
oh man. Listen, Dirtbag Rapture number 3. Good fun. Copious amounts of drug usage in the book. Uh man, it's just this is kooky in the best way, eh? And I
Yes,
love the art.
Sabella
I
has a
love the
really
art.
good writing hand when it comes to like just all out. It's just fun. I just finished reading Crowded Volume 1 and 2,
Okay.
and it's just so much. He's such a fun writer. Like it's just a lot of fun.
Hey,
Nothing too
absolutely.
deep. Just him and Chip have that like on lock.
Yeah. It's just a fun read, guys. And you can see the art, great art style. I like how they switch up the colors and the palette from when she's in her mindscape, kind of like a housing space for all these spirits, these ghosts in her head.
mm,
Um, and so where Christopher Sabella is taking this story, man, really opening it up. I can't recommend this enough, man. I've been absolutely digging this series, which is why it's my number 2 spot. My number 3 is what's my number 3? Human Target number 2. Holy shit, guys!
You had 2 number 3s this week. That's crazy.
Never mind. No, no. Hey, we spoke about this. You don't correct me on air. Don't do
I'm
that.
sorry.
That's an infraction.
My icon just
strike
disappeared.
one,
Yeah,
strike
I'm
one.
about to mute you. Human Target number 2, guys. After only 2 issues, I'm not. Listen, after only 2 issues, I can honestly say like is like one of the best books of 2021.
This
Oh my god,
Hey, is that good? Is that fucking good? I
man!
love it,
You
man.
and Carlos, Omni City, like both of y'all love that. I don't know. I just
Bro, Tom King's writing. Hey, my man, thank you, bro. Another gentleman of fine taste, clearly.
see, I
Hey,
just no,
listen,
no, he
Spoken
didn't.
Carlos
into
knows what he's talking
existence.
about.
Now you have
Clearly,
to read it.
we got Dragon Ranger.
Made a liar
Uh,
out of me
man,
live.
you know, love the artwork. Love it, bro. Love it, man. Who's the artist on this one, man? Apologies, I don't have his credits handy. Um, but it's just this is fantastic. Tom King, his writing is like I would put it up there already. Like it's on par with Mr. Miracle, which is that's an all timer, bro. It's a classic. And if this continues like this, uh, I see it being right up there, man. Just you know, uh, the big twist at the end of issue 1. It's not spoiler now. It came out a while back. Chris Smallwood, thank you, Carlos. Chris Smallwood is the artist on this. Check out his work, guys. The big twist is someone may from the International Justice League may have tried to kill Lex Luthor. So we got our main character, this guy here. He's like a private eye, or not a private eye, but he he was impersonating Lex, like his job. How do you explain his job, El? Like,
He's like a kind of a bodyguard,
yeah,
but to the extreme.
takes the place of
Mhm.
potential targets of assassination, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
To foil the assassination attempts. Uh, so someone tried to kill him, thinking he was Lex Luthor. He was poisoned, and it turns out one of the Justice League International members looks like they did it. So now the hunt is on, and he meets Ice, who is one of the members of the Justice League International, and they're trying to figure out this mystery together. um but very very much in the noir style, both art wise and in writing. And listen, uh honestly, dude, guys, just pick up this book. You're not gonna regret it. As simple as that. Like, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. And then issue 2 ends with another twist. um that is just like, okay, I gotta see where's this going, man. For me, Tom King is not always a hit. Very much
Mhm.
hit and miss for me personally. But this is a smasher of a book, man. Yeah, go out and get it. It's my number one for a reason,
I
guys.
definitely agree with the art there.
Yeah,
The art does look really great.
yeah. So now, so now,
I don't know
Manny,
about
there's
the
no
story.
excuse. You've got myself and Carlos telling you
Yeah,
to go and pick this up. So, bro,
I don't know,
Or
man.
you could trade weight.
Yes, there you go.
Why are you putting these things into his head? Don't stray my man like that.
I'll wait for
Don't
the
lead him.
trade,
Don't
and
lead him
by the time the
astray.
No,
trade comes out,
I actually like a Human Target, but I also feel like I'm some stories I feel like I need to know what happened. So
mm,
trade waiting so I can just figure out what happened. Let's get to it.
the fact that you started talking about Justice League, I was like, what do you mean? Like, I forgot that it was part of the DC world. So, like, that
Oh,
was
Oh,
that
I
was
okay.
kind of
love
cool.
how they draw Lex too.
Yeah.
Lex looks so cool in issue 1.
Looks great.
Maybe one of
Looks
my
great.
favorite Lexes. Yeah.
I have to check it
Um,
out.
yeah, Aaron, I highly recommend it, man. If you can find yourself a copy, I guarantee you, man. This is like I said, only for me, only after 2 issues, I can put it in like
Oh, Manny a
traders
liar?
and do trade. Oh, man. Oh,
Carlos,
oh,
do
I
oh,
tell.
didn't
oh.
I didn't finish my thought. I didn't give me a second, man. Like,
Wow.
let me
So
let me
so
fit.
so Manny really trying to finesse us here
I
on the
said
Rocky
I'm gonna
Bridge.
wait for the trade to come out, and then by that time it's gonna be known that Human Target's actually not a good book, so then I won't get it.
This guy.
Oh
There it
man,
is.
okay,
There's
wow.
a thought. There's a complete thought right there.
What a guy. What a guy. Okay. And we got some love for Justice League International.
Oh,
I can
alright.
see that.
Okay.
Different is because you get, for me, it's like, I'm tired of seeing the same rotation of 10 characters in the Justice League, right?
Mhm.
Versus International, there's more variety, right? You get more of
I
these.
prefer JLD if I'm gonna pick a Justice
There's a
League.
League Dark. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I
Mhm.
think for sure I'd have to agree with you on that one. Justice League Dark, yo, man, they're on point. Carlos put Manny on blast. He wasn't having it.
Dang,
He said,
man.
Mhm.
That wasn't in the script. I don't know
We're
what
gonna
to do
have to
right
have an
here. Like,
after show and have Omni and Manny sit down and
so that's my top three, folks. The All Nighter number 3.
Mhm.
Pretty much an all Toronto crew. Go check that out, man. Dirtbag Rapture number 3, and Human Target number 2.
Human Target.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Can't go wrong with either one of those. Uh, that's our week in review, guys. Man, we pushed that bad boy to an hour. Jeez, that's crazy.
It was a good week, man. It was a
It was
big
a good
week,
week. It was a good week,
honestly.
guys. It was a good week. What do we have next? Oh,
So
quick,
up
quick
next
little
we have
FOC spotlight, guys. FOC, depending on if your LCS orders from Lunar or Diamond. The Lunar FOC is today, Diamond tomorrow. For Tales Told in Technohorror Season 2, you got the Diamond code over there. we were lucky enough to get a few preview pages, and I think we've got some of them here. Elle, yep, thank you. And we spoke with Kiarn and Christian Dabari, the writer and artist, just a few days ago. Actually, go check out the video. It's up on the channel there. We had a great discussion with them. Talked about horror movies, their books, Tales Told in Techno Horror, Provenance of Secrets, and our good buddy Ruben, who's in the chats.
You said it right the first time.
He he joined us for this one. We had a lot of fun, man.
It
Those
was a
guys are
lot of
great.
fun. Yeah.
Honestly, guys, anytime you see their name, Keon Tagan, Christian Dabari, Simon Go, the credits on a book, man, pick it up because it's going to be quality. Season 1 of Tales Told was bloody fantastic, and season 2 looks to pick that up where it left off. So get those FOC orders in. It's great stuff, man. It's great stuff. And now we can get into our hot takes game, which I'm sure a lot of you people's this is what you came here for. Now I'm gonna apologize in advance if Elle didn't bring, if she brought like the lukewarm takes, because I took a look at them last night. I said, I don't know, man. I don't know. Or even myself, maybe I'm thinking I'm bringing the hot takes and they're not so hot.
I think I got one lukewarm, one like extremely hot, extremely burning.
Okay.
Especially if Carlos is still in the chat, he's gonna.
Yeah?
He's
Oh,
gonna,
not just Carlos. There's a lot of people in the chat who would disagree
Hey,
with you.
let's kick it off, man. Let's kick it off. House of Nerd bringing you hot takes.
Oh,
man.
whoops.
Yeah, you just made me-
I know. I'm sorry.
Can I explain?
Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Jumping the gun there, man. Quick on the trigger there.
Somebody say that was not a hot take.
Right. Hot take. So what's gonna do? We got myself, Manny, and Elle, 2 hot takes each, guys. And you guys in the end, you let us know. Let us know what you're thinking about our positions, our opinions. Let us know. Are they lukewarm? Are they spicy? Are you gonna cancel us? I don't know. We'll see. we'll see how it goes. And you let us know who's got the spiciest meatball. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. First up, I think it's you, Manny?
Think so.
Can we hit that? Can we get the slide
Find out.
there? Thank you.
All right, yeah, Venom. My take is basically just I think Cates did an amazing run on Venom. I don't think anyone can dispute that. But he did fumble the ball at the end. That last issue, and you know what? It kind of goes into like not even Cates, and it goes into like the first issue now. Who's writing it now? Ewing and
Rom.
Lee.
Yeah. Basically, my take here is that the whole time Cates is saying how Eddie Brock wants to be there for his son. He wants to be a good father. He's fighting the King in Black because that's the ultimate threat to his son. And then at the very end, when he does complete that mission, he goes off into space. He barely sees his son. His son is obviously having issues at school because of that, abandonment issues and all that stuff. So like,
So he's
my
one
hot
of those
take here is
dads,
just that.
huh?
What's that?
He's one of those dads, huh?
Exactly. He's just like, hey, I do it. Everything I do for you. I'm not gonna spend time with you, but I do it
Leaves
for you,
the universe.
Right? Yeah. So he's literally leaving the planet, going away from his son, and taking care of everybody else, and his son is suffering. And I think that's not cool.
Hey, we got my pops.
All right.
Way back home from El Salvador. You know how we do.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I am Salvadoran as well, so that's awesome.
Yo, the Salvadorans representing in the House on there today. Okay,
got some family in Usulutan,
okay.
Naranjo, so
all right.
Yeah.
I think my
Now I don't know if you guys knew this, but I am also. No, I'm just kidding.
Say word. I was about to say you got 1/200th Salvadorian blood.
1/100th, yeah.
The ancestry tree.
But yeah.
So Manny, your hot take is Donnie Cates fumbled the ending to what was an otherwise good.
He ran a good return. He started from one end zone. He went all the way down, and at the 1 yard line, he let go of the ball. He thought he made it in, and he just let it go. So
Okay.
that's my,
Okay.
But I mean, like I said, I do agree that the whole story was great. He just messed up at the
He
end.
messed up the ending. He dropped the ball.
Yeah.
So what is the audience thinking, man? For those who have read Venom, is that spicy, man? I don't know. Okay,
I
so
only read one issue of King in Black, and it was like number 3. For some reason, somebody was like, "Oh, there's a God Country reference in one of the," and so I'm like, "Oh, really?" So I went to go read it. I'm like, "I've read this. I read that issue like 3 times. I don't know what's going on. I know who Venom is, obviously." I'm like, "Okay, this is a book. I'm not gonna read it, but I'm reading the new Venom, and I like it."
okay.
That
We
honestly,
got
that's part of my
Charles is saying you're wrong. His run
from
is
start to
stellar
finish.
from beginning to end.
So you're saying that I'm the bad referee, and I saw the wrong, I gave the wrong
He
call.
just sent me a DM. He said, get this hack off the show." I can't do it,
No,
Charles.
so you mentioned Elle, you mentioned the new run, and that's part of my hate for it, because the new run, he's continuing his whole I'm in space, I don't care about my son, and then they added time travel. That right
Mm,
there is like I automatically, as soon as you add time travel into any story,
okay.
I'm done. This is gonna
Okay.
be a trash book. So
Hey, this is what a hot take. Frank Miller sucks. Stories are okay and garbage art. Straight
ooh,
to the point. This is what I like.
ooh.
Mm.
That is a hot take,
How
man.
do you feel about that? Knowing some of your favorite Batman imagery.
Hey, that's a hot take for me because Dark Knight Returns to me is an all-timer,
Oh yeah.
of a Batman book. I love the art. I think it's got some of
Oh,
the most iconic
I really
imagery.
liked Immortal Hulk.
My one hot
I
take is
didn't I
that
didn't read
Immortal
it.
Hulk sucks. Okay. Hey, that's a hot because everybody's saying Immortal Hulk is an amazing run. So that's okay. Curious to
Going
hear
back
that.
to Frank Miller, like the next book on my reading list is it is the Magic Order #2, which is Frank Miller. So I had to disagree with you on that one.
Yeah, that's see, this is what that's a spicy take, man. Frank Miller sucks. My man, Deep Plasmus. Okay, bro. We're gonna have a healthy discourse after the episode's
the
over.
the only way I
Woo!
agree here is that the
Spicy.
Frank Miller
Carlos
world
on
sucks.
a
Like the
roll.
whole Jupiter circle and all that. Spawn is
Mine's
terrible.
terrible. McFarlane. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't, no opinion,
Yeah.
no comment.
Okay. Okay.
He said he made sure Ewing wouldn't run with his ball.
He's like fuck youing, bro. Oh man. Hey, the geeks, man. Thank you so much for coming through here, man. Uh, okay, so that's all right. Okay,
Have
L.
you have you read Magic Order, the very first volume? Like, go back and read that when you're talking about
Oh,
Frank
he
Miller.
defending
I'm
himself.
not
He defending
defending
his boy right now.
I'm not defending Frank Miller, but like Magic Order was a great book. Like the
Man,
plot and everything, I got to say that that's a good book. So
all right,
not
all
Magic
right.
Order 2. I haven't really finished it, but Magic Order,
That's
I'll
that's
defend
crazy,
that.
man. Frank, hey, I gotta agree with you, Manny. Frank Miller's one of the goats, man.
I didn't say that.
Okay, okay.
he
You just
said,
took
he
okay.
said,
Excuse me.
Like, hold on, don't put words into my mouth, bro. Okay,
all
all
right,
right.
next take.
What else? What's your take?
Oh,
What we got?
Uh-oh.
hold on. Let's just watch this for a sec.
Talking about Frank Miller's Dark Knight, right?
So there's only one true Batman, and it's Batfleck. That's
Damn. All right.
Now, I
okay.
wonder if
Uh-huh.
is that your hot take or you just horny and you wanted to give them bad
I'm
flick
just saying
I've been very
on
vocal about how much
we haven't seen the Batman
been
with Robert
okay, but
Pattinson.
that's the Batman. We're talking about Batman.
Like,
So,
I'm just saying.
uh,
I will
we've
agree though.
been. How can you be thirsty? He's clearly. We're all hydrated over here, but let's just.
So your take is Al, he's the only
There,
Batman that
there's nothing. I always hear like discourse about how he wasn't like he wasn't a good Batman. He wasn't, and I disagree. I feel like he was Batman
yeah.
I think he
better
Batman was great.
than Christian Bale.
Bruce Wayne he sucked, but Batman he was a really good Batman, especially combat wise.
You think
Oh,
he's
I
Dr.
think he was a
Goodwin?
good Bruce.
I thought it was a great Bruce.
What did he do
Yeah.
with Bruce?
Yeah.
Exactly. I never bought into that whole I have this secret life, but let me be a billionaire playboy in my own house where I have a hidden, cave underneath it. Like, why would you do that? And so
Well,
I like that this Bruce was like he's international. He's traveling. He's working out in his, dusty garage with tires, with rain
Mm.
coming down. You would think he'd
but
have
that
enough
all goes back
money
into
to
the
have his
Batman.
pipes fixed, but or is
Exactly.
that the condensation from the cave? Either way,
No, that's part of the training. It's the waterboarding or something. I don't know.
Hey, hey, listen. If I'm gonna keep it 100, to me, Batfleck is the best Batman, and it's not even close, really. You want a hot take, Batman related? Here it is, guys. Uh,
I'm
Chris
sorry, the mouth is
Nolan's
open. The mouth is open. What's
Christopher
that
Nolan's
emoji?
Batman movies
What's
are
that?
are
Mid. Say it.
yes, they're mid,
Which one?
overrated, overrated.
Yes. Agree.
Man, they're my least favorites of the Batman films.
Yeah.
Which
Give me
ones are
Batman
they?
'89. Give me Batman Returns all day, any day.
Even
Those
Batman
are
Forever. It was fun. Like at least it was
it's a
fun.
fun, campy Batman flick. The
You talking
Nolan
about
Batman
Val
films,
Kilmer
I
here?
don't understand the universal love for them, and they're put up on this pedestal,
Mhm.
and they were okay.
Mhm.
They were
Mm,
okay. You know,
mm.
not my favorite Batman flicks, by any means. Okay, all right. So that's your take.
Hold
Mm,
on. We got a couple more loops on this GIF.
a cou- it's been looping for like 10 minutes. Let's move it. Let's keep it moving. My first hot take, folks. Gonna get right into it. Harley Quinn is the most overrated and unnecessary character in the history of comic book uh,
Yeah.
characters. Overrated, overrated. I don't understand the love for this character. Uh, she's trash,
You had me in the
garbage,
first half.
garbage. And I'll tell you when I had enough. I had enough of the Harley Quinn. This scene, this action sequence in Heroes in Crisis. I knew I was gonna get some hate for this one. And so you've got you got the Trinity here. You got Batman, you got Superman, you got Wonder Woman. Okay, this
Yeah.
sequence here, she manages Harley Quinn, who's got like, what training does she have? What superpowers? She manages to outwit and escape Batman, Supes, and Wonder Woman. Uh, it makes no sense. She doesn't even have uh any business being mentioned, and that's my problem, Frank. She's the fourth. She is. There's no argument for me. She's the fourth pillar of DC Comics right now. But why?
Yeah.
Why?
I agree.
What has
I
she
wouldn't say
done?
in
What has she
history,
done
but
to earn her position as the fourth pillar in DC Comics? You know?
Financially, she
Yeah.
has earned. That's why, because
That's
aesthetically, put Harley on something,
yeah.
the girl is gonna go buy it.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
gonna be cute, even if it's not. They're gonna go. And I like Harley Quinn to an extent. Like, there's
Yeah.
a point where I'm like, okay, I'm tired.
Yeah.
But
mm,
but then they'll make like a cute merch, and I'm like, okay, just kidding. I love you again. And
And
I'll
that's
go
that's
buy
what
it.
it is for me. I see this it's just it's right there. Elwood said it. She sells.
yeah.
She
Mhm.
sells.
Yeah,
It's
I
nothing but
don't ever have an
marketing.
actual problem with her, but like when scenes like this where she just gets past three overpowered people like with ease, I
Mhm.
have
How?
an
It
issue.
makes no sense
To
whatsoever.
go from a psychiatrist to the acrobatics that she's capable
And
of,
we've never seen any
it
kind of training.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Well, maybe the the acid kind of like made her more flexible.
It's man, it's crazy. And then Al, if you
You're
go to
right.
the next, if you go to the next slide, I got a couple more from this Heroes
Oh,
in
you went on
Crisis.
a whole rampage,
I
huh?
went. I
You
quote
said.
this. So there's a line here that Superman tells Wonder Woman and Batman. Uh, he says, "I can see how she got the slip on us. she's just as good as you, Bruce.
Mhm.
I lost it. I lost it. Now you're comparing Harley fucking Quinn to Bruce, bro, to Bruce fucking Wayne, to Batman. No, it's
Yeah.
stupid. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. She hasn't earned. She doesn't have the history. She hasn't earned, you know, the right to be that fourth DC pillar. It's all marketing. It sells, and I
And
get
I
that.
don't like how
Yeah.
toxic. Okay, so what they're selling a lot of the times when, especially before the whole Harley Ivy thing, which I don't feel is authentic, but like prior to that, like with the whole Joker thing, I don't know how many girls I've heard be like, "Oh, like that's like mad love." Like, "Oh, that's what." I'm like,
Mhm.
"That's what you aspire for
Yeah.
in your personal life?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so them like pushing that toxic dynamic and just seeing how many young girls were eating that up, like, "Oh, that's love, like, this is what," and I'm just like, "You guys, no."
And I will say, I think that DC saw this and they were like, all right, we need to backpedal a bit and change it up. But
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah.
This one I had to, man. I had to put it out there, man. It's for me. It's when Superman is written that she's on par with Batman. No, no,
Yeah.
sir, no, sir. And that's, to me, that's an example of Heroes in Crisis. Heroes in Crisis. I thought the concept was dope, you know,
True.
Ruben with the
but it
hot
just the
take.
execution wasn't there, for sure. And
Ruben,
in
I
terms
don't think it's her sexuality that I'm calling into question. I think it's her and Ivy that
Yeah.
to me doesn't
When
work.
did that start? Do you guys know when that
I
like
think a bunch
relationship
of fans
sparked?
were like shipping them, and then somebody wrote it and I think that's
And it just
because
went on from there.
I don't
I think
understand.
the problem with her toxic relationship, though, is like even after she acknowledges it, the damage has already been done to readers because now people are like, "Oh, but I miss old Harley." You know what I mean? Like there's like
Mm,
that whole
Yeah.
thing where, "Oh, we want old
mhm.
Harley," because they want to see her get pushed around. You remember the Batman animated series? They want to see that stuff.
Yeah. Man, so that's my first hot take, man. It bugs me. It irks me. Uh, not to say that all of her Harley content is bad, because
Mhm,
I enjoyed Birds of Prey. I think
mhm.
that film doesn't get enough credit for, how good it is. I've read some of her stuff is
Are you talking
okay.
about Birds of Prey the movie?
The movie, yeah.
I'm sorry,
Uh,
that's a hot take. You thought that was a good
Don't come
movie?
for bops, Manny. Birds of Prey was a fine movie. Let's
Hey, Birds of Prey was
mute
fun,
him. Get
bro.
him out of here.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
No, I
Who,
love
who,
that movie. That
who,
was
who
a
invited
great.
this
That
guy?
was so good. That movie
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
It's my
Record
top
him
favorite
saying that.
movie. Yeah.
man.
Clip that.
Yeah, that was a great move, Deviant. Retconning. I mean, I think, bro, what they did in that series as a whole, that was just, it was brutal, 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 brutal. Man. So yeah, I think Harley Quinn, overrated, unnecessary. Let's keep it moving forward. Manny, what is your next? What is your
My
next
next one.
hot take?
All right, before I get into it, though, I just want to make it clear that Scotty Young is one of my favorite artists and writers.
Okay.
And
Oh,
Jorge
he's
Corona, I love his art.
prefacing.
All right, let me just say that I have no hate against them. And
Okay.
this series started off great, and then by issue 3, it just went down, and it just kept going down, and the ending was horrible, and it
Wow.
fell flat. I think by the end of this,
I knew if Cookie was still in here.
I'm
Cookie, cover your ears.
Yeah.
I thought
it
this book was mid as hell.
it started so good.
The
I have
art
to
is
admit
so
that
good
the
in
art
this
is
book, though.
amazing,
That final
100%.
issue with the flames and stuff, visually so good.
Yeah, so you get
Oh,
that
the
scene, and then you
story.
turn the page, and it's over. Like what? What?
You know what? I'm okay with
Why?
that. I'm even okay with how it ended. I'm okay with that. My problem with the book was that I see what you were trying to do, touching on like domestic violence, but in a more
Hmm.
like supernatural, like the cycle repeating itself kind of way.
Hmm.
I got that, but I was really hoping for like like a romantic. ghost
It was
story.
it was
Like,
just slow.
and it didn't, and I'm okay that it didn't go that way, but also I wasn't invested after I saw the direction it was taking. I was kind of like, okay, like I can like turn on the news and see this play out over and over again to women
Yeah.
every day.
And
So,
Horror Geek, I hope that you enjoy the rest of the series as well. But like for me, like it just wasn't it. I think it was too slow. Like you're saying, oh, I saw all of the like what it was referencing, and I
mhm.
appreciated it. But then it just did not keep going. It just it just switched pace back and forth, back and forth. I don't know. I just couldn't keep up with it. I guess, but I don't
I
know. I
was
didn't like it.
every month when Cookie would post, you know, when Cookie would post, oh, like she's so excited to read it. I was like, oh, I'm so happy. I'm like, I'm happy for you.
Well,
It's just, I don't know. I liked it visually. I loved it, but
and so
Elle
like
wanted supernatural enterings
yeah.
from Boo all to go.
Oh no, no, that's a hot take.
Dragon, you wouldn't be that far off, but yeah, no, I was just like, I don't know. It didn't do what I was hoping it was gonna do.
You
So,
did get that. You did kind of get that initial three, I'll say.
but it was,
A little
but
bit.
the whole story was like the buildup was to set up the whole, domestic situation.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I was kind of like, this isn't what, like, if I'm gonna read for fun, like that's just not something that I'm gonna read for fun. I appreciate
Exactly.
that they try to do something different, and I love horror. I love slow paced stuff. I don't mind gore. I don't mind any of that stuff, but
Mhm.
I don't
And
know.
again, like I was saying, like Scotty Young, Jorge Corona,
Mhm.
they wrote Middle West, and that's one of my favorite series out there. Like at top, anytime that anybody asks me to recommend anything, Middle West is one of the first things out of my mouth, and that kind of goes into like an abusive parent relationship and
Mhm.
how kids can grow up to go away from that or follow in their father's footsteps, things like that. So like they always write these kind of stories that deal with real life
Hmm.
situations and not the prettiest part of life, right?
Hmm.
And that's where this was going. But just for me, it fell flat. And like, but I will say, at the end of this issue, at the end of the last book, you get a preview for Twig, his next story.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get it. I don't care that this one fell flat. I like this team right here.
I wish that that her character had a little bit more growth.
Yeah, that's another part.
Because
Yeah.
if I'm down with the wine and popcorn and painting in the dark, like that's a vibe. But like after like the fourth issue of her doing it, I was like, okay, like are we gonna maybe get white wine tonight? Like can we watch something else on Netflix tonight? So I was kind of hoping that she would have had a little bit more because but then again I get what they were trying to do, so I can
Mm.
respect that.
I,
But for
I,
character wise, I don't.
you're finessing the words though. Listen, after every issue that was released,
Mhm.
she hit me up in the end. She's like, I don't understand all the love for this. This book is hot trash, bro. Like, so she's being kind right now. But I mean I can pull up those
Uh-huh.
screeners,
Issues
man.
one and
Yeah.
They-
two, it was a build up, and I was like, yeah, I'm in for this. Yes, yes. And
Yeah.
then there was just
The
no
revelation in
reward.
3
Yeah.
where it kinda showed where it was gonna go, I was like, "This is where I don't wanna go there."
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my hot take.
That's your hot
Like I was
take.
saying, like my friend group, everyone that's read it, they all give me shit for it. Like they're like, no, this is a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10,
Oh.
10 out of 5, and I'm like, you're wrong, but okay, it's fine.
I think art-wise, I would say it's,
Art, 100%, yeah.
vibes, lettering, I love the music, the way they lettered the music in the book, but
Mhm.
story-wise, I'm cool.
Okay. All right. So that's your hot take. The
That's my
Me
hot
You
take.
Love in the Dark is overrated. Before we move on, we just got reported, folks here.
Uh-oh.
Let me pull it. Yeah. We our man Deviant Porg. Uh he wasn't liking my birds with praise good comment. He just reported us to the YouTubes.
Hey,
Uh
I'll be a character witness for that.
hey,
You know
hey, I'm sorry. It's good,
what?
man. I thought Ewan McGregor nailed Black Mass. He was so great as
So
that
good.
character. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be DMing those screenshots. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Okay, Elle, what is your next hot take? What are we looking at?
Well, Sergio told me this was a mild take.
Yeah.
I don't like stray dogs, and I don't understand why so many people acted like this was like a life-changing story that
Just
changed
back to back.
everything for them. I really feel like people read this book, and I was seeing posts where people were like, "My heart, like I've never been so invested." I'm like, "Stray dogs? Did we read?" And I swear, I went back and I reread the first issue because I'm like, did I miss something? Like,
Oh
and I
no.
just feel like people went so hard for this book and I never understood it. And then once it started to pick up that this was like a hot book, how many variants are out for this book? Like
Oh,
the
so many.
variants, the
Still coming
exclusives,
out.
and 99% of the exclusives are trash. All those, let's be real, some of those like I know Sergio makes fun of how I say homage, but like the homage
Homage.
the homages, there's so many of them, and maybe like 2 out of 5 of them would be cool. Like I loved the Midsummer one. Midsummer.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
I
I like
said
the
that
movie.
pretentiously. And
Midsommar. Dang, okay.
and but I don't get it. Like I don't care about Dog Days. I think the ending fell flat in Stray Dogs. It didn't make any sense. I get that people like that like animation style, like, oh, the story is so jarring next to the style of illustration. And I was like, okay, but it's still not a solid story. Like it's not um
This is one of those books that I was stubborn about. Like I was gonna pick it up when I had it in my hands. It was like for cover price. It still didn't have any hype behind it, and I put it back because I was like, yeah, it is what it is. And then it
Yeah.
just blew up, and I was like, maybe I should read it, but and then I was like, no, I'm not reading it. I already said no. So
yeah.
like, and so I didn't read it,
I
but I'll
haven't
take your
read
word
it.
for
I,
it.
I don't have an interest in reading a comic up where
So many people
animals
were like
are.
posting like literally in tears right now, and I was like, and let me go back and reread this issue too. Like, and I reread these issues so many times, and I'm like I get, like I don't get it. I'm not a dog person. Sorry, I'm a cat person. If this was like stray cats, maybe I would, have a
Ooh,
little
that's a
more.
hot take. You're a cat person.
Maybe
Ew.
I'd have a little bit more emotion, in it. But I don't get it. That's not to say I did not spec by, but I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
All right.
Super over. It might be the most overrated book of the year,
Yeah.
easily.
Wow. Wow. And honestly, the amount of love I saw on this book on the timeline, on all the socials, and I'd see comments like, "Yeah, man, this is heartbreaking. I loved it. Comic of the year." And I was
Comic
like,
of the
"Man,
year.
I
Get out of
should
here.
be I should be reading this maybe." But
Elle hates
It
puppies.
all makes sense
It all
now.
makes sense now.
and this is one of the few times where I trust Al's judgment, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't. I feel like it's probably overrated a little bit. Um,
Because and then even like with the twist, which I say in all lowercase because it's not to me a real twist. Even with the twist, I was like, okay. There were so many good horror books that came out this year. So when people were like raving about this, I was like, oh, this must be like next level, especially if you're comparing it to this, and this.
yeah.
And then I read it and I was like, you guys,
So
get out of
so
here.
Al, it's safe to say that when we compile the House of Nerd best of lists, Stray Dog's not going to be
And you know
making
what's
the
funny?
cut.
I was thinking too, I was like, oh, I know so many people loved Stray Dogs. Like they would probably vote for this number one. And I said, no, we're in charge of the list. Get out of here. You're not even making the honorary mentions. Y'all
So
gonna have to write that in and I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna delete the messages.
y'all are actually the first people that I've heard like not like this book. So I hear nothing but good things about it,
Dragon.
which makes me even more like stubborn. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
Dragon
read it.
said euthanize all dogs. Get out of here, Dragon.
Oh.
I didn't say all that. But
Oh man.
low
But
key that
now,
would,
Okay.
hearing y'all say this, I'm like maybe I should read it just to see who's
I
right and
mean,
who's
you've
wrong.
seen 101 Dalmatians.
I actually have the 101
The coat?
Dalmatian
Oh,
decorations.
I thought you were gonna say you had the
Like,
coat. I was like,
yeah, I
he's a
have a
monster, guys.
no. I have the dogs out of my yard right now
Oh, okay.
for
101
Christmas.
of them.
There's only like 98. I'm sorry, like I lost few. So no.
Okay. So that's Els, that's your hot take. I think we got one more. We got my hot take. The last one of the morning, folks. Uh my hot take. The comics industry is super oversaturated, and there is a lot of unnecessary mid caca comic books being published.
You need those.
Um,
You need
yeah,
those so you know what's good.
Drop the list.
man, listen, and what I'm talking about mostly is on the bigger, like the publishing houses, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, your big three: Image, DC, Marvel, but even your smaller ones, man. Uh, here we try to keep it positive, right? We talk about the books that we love, but for every book that we talk about here, man, there's a book that I've read what I just shaking my head, and I'm like, how is this getting published? you
Oh,
know
no, you want to know
Mhm.
off top number one, the book I hated the most this year.
yeah.
And usually I don't like to shit on stuff because I know everybody's different. Everybody likes something different. Morbius Bond of Blood was the worst fucking comic I've ever read in my whole life. I don't know how it was made. I don't know who signed off on the writing for it. I don't know who signed off on the art for it.
Hmm.
Um I was so excited because I haven't been a big Morbius reader, so I thought this was gonna be like a because the movie's coming out. I was like,
Right.
okay, let me read, so I know something about it. It was so awful, like
Yeah.
genuinely awful. It was painful
Yeah.
to read, but it was so painful. I said, you're gonna finish this.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna put this. You're gonna finish it, and I. Oh my god, I fucking hated that book so much. And it didn't need to be made at all. It was like a
It's,
recap, but like a poorly written recap. Like here's
yeah.
some things, but not everything. And ugh, awful.
It's crazy, man. Like I said, we're not gonna, like, we go live every Sunday. We're not, hey, we read this and it was shit. But you know behind closed doors, the amount of times I couldn't even, like, how many times have we gotten into a book and, like, from the first page you just, like, how did this get published?
Yeah, I just
You know what I
don't.
mean?
If
Have
I'm not
you
into something, I just don't talk about it.
It just,
I just won't say anything.
you know like, for and I want to kind of keep it, I'm not talking about, like, those, the really independent, the Kickstarters
Mhm.
and stuff like that, because everybody needs
to start
everybody needs
somewhere?
a start. You got to
Yeah,
start somewhere, man. Like,
that's
in,
true.
hey, my man Kian in the house. Yeah, so, and my thing is, like, comic books is like any other medium, right? You're gonna have uh your great titles, like, whether it's film or music. You're gonna be your good stuff out there. But there's a lot of, like, just straight up, there's a lot of junk, man. Eh? And when you see, like, these bigger houses, like Marvel, like DC, you know boom, uh and I'm just like, man, how, like, what are they doing? And it does feel very much, was it Kieran who said, like, they're just throwing things at a wall, hoping it sticks,
Mhm.
hoping it'll become a cash grab, a moneymaker, getting optioned, for TV or film, like, you know but it's
So,
just, there's no filter now. you know Everything and anything is getting published by these
I
guys.
also get turned off by like books that before the number one has even come out, they're pushing it as like, oh, it's already been optioned, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
like Shadecraft. I was like really excited for Shadecraft,
Oh,
but then
no,
they
Mhm.
no,
started.
no shade on Shadecraft, please.
Oh
Mhm.
no, I love
Yeah,
Shadecraft,
okay,
but when
okay.
they were advertising it before they would advertise it, I was excited about it. But then like a month like before, that's the only way they would advertise it as already optioned on Netflix. And I'm just like,
That's
I
crazy.
don't
Yeah,
stop doing that because now I don't want to read it. Like, because it's like, did you write the book because it was something that you were really passionate about, or is it something that is manufactured to be made for TV or something?
Right.
Yeah, and that's a good point out because there's definitely has been a big uptick in the amount of books that I've read, and I've heard similar comments. They very much read like they're written to get options, right? Like for TV or film versus just you're just trying to tell a good story, right? For the
Mhm.
comic medium. I think you know it come that can come across,
Another
Uh
thing to your point though is tie-ins. Like right now, Doctor Strange, Death of Doctor
Mhm.
Strange.
yeah,
It's gonna have like 5 or 6 tie-ins. King in Black had
yeah,
100 tie-ins. I don't even know. There was a bunch, and they didn't do anything for the story.
yeah.
And it was just trash to be taking my money basically, and it
But that's
worked.
something that Marvel
It
does
worked.
a lot,
Oh
though.
yeah, Marvel
Those
for sure.
And then sometimes they have books. I don't even know like what is their place here, like because what's it called? Like Darkhold. What is going on with that? I read the
Yeah,
first issue and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
What
I
Darkhold? And
mean,
then there was like I think Marvel to me is the biggest offender of this. Anytime they
yeah.
mention that something might be on TV, they drop a book for it, like a quick book. Clearly, like the
Even right
turnaround
now,
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Hawkeye just
Mhm.
came out in the comics, and
Wow.
then it's also a show
Yeah.
Which I get, but also it's not, don't put out stuff just to put it out. Like put out stuff.
because it's good.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to line up their comic line with whatever's being, played on the silver
Yeah, they
screen
got
or the TV screen.
they got
For sure, I
tiny.
think I think Marvel's one of the amount of titles they put on is unnecessary, right?
Yeah,
Tie-ins and stuff, and it's
And
cash
then
grab.
it's like the
Cash
same
grab.
book twice, like you were talking about earlier. It's Spider-Man be like Amazing Spider-Man and then Amazing Spider-Man, the same issue
yeah,
beyond. And I'm
yeah.
like, so which one am I supposed to read?
And Spider
Yeah,
Man is definitely better because like there's Savage Spider Man's about to come out, Ben Riley Spider Man. Like there's so many titles for just Spider Man. Like
it's
Oh, I
crazy.
can't say that because any Batman title I'm a low key read.
Yeah.
see, my DC pool is literally just Bat Family,
Yeah.
Nightwing, Robin's, Batman. Like I think I have one Superman,
Oh,
uh,
Darkhold is one shots.
and
Okay.
that's it. Like
This is the comment of the night, there, folks. Blue Beetle better get a comic made. Hey,
yeah, it's been years.
underrated character.
Yeah.
Check if you guys haven't check out the new 52 run, man. It's fun.
Hmm.
It's good stuff. Or not? Or excuse me, the rebirth.
I was about to say the Rebirth run was
The
good too. I don't
rebirth.
know why it
Yeah,
ended.
the rebirth run was great. Um, Excited for that Blue Beetle movie coming,
Mhm.
which I feel like people aren't talking about that enough. Um, you know, but in any case, so that's looking at the comments, it looks like maybe this last one is not so much a hot take. People seem to kind of agree that just oversaturation of the comic book market. There, too many things being
Death to
published.
Titans and
Um,
I agree with that to an extent. If I feel, but I do like self-contained crossovers.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
it's self-contained and it's a mini, I don't mind it. But
Mhm.
don't do but like the whole but like New 52, Rebirth, all of those, like don't let's keep those to a minimum
Like
because
mhm.
Devil's Reign. If Devil's Reign was just those 5 books series, I would love that. I'm still gonna get it, but there's gonna be so many tie-ins for that as
Yeah, I
well.
saw that and it's intimidating to see the list because it's like, am I
Yeah.
gonna miss out on something? And it's like, oh, you don't need to read these. I'm like, yeah, but what if, this person says
So
this little tiny thing and somebody brings it back up.
going back to this real quick, like this is my horror story to get to people, and this is why I buy the tie-ins, is because when I first started, I started reading comics and collecting comics in 2011. By 2014, I was a little bit better knowing what to do, but I still didn't know everything. And 2014, that's when Spider-Verse came out, in the comics.
Mm.
So I was collecting Amazing Spider-Man, and I saw like there was the tie-in with the Edge of Spider-Verse, and I was like, I went to my comic shop and I was like, hey, these things, do I have to buy these books too to get the whole story? And he was like, no, you can just continue collecting an Amazing Spider-Man, and those will have like stories that have to do with it, but they aren't going to be main stories, so you won't miss much. So I didn't collect any of the Edge of Spider-Verse, and so I missed out on Spider-Gwen, and that I'm forever going to be
Okay.
salty on that, like forever. So now I'm like, never again. I'm buying every tie-in every single time. I don't care how many losses I take. Never again. Like
But even
It's
like some characters, if
yeah.
I like one character in the event, I'll buy their books and not the main event book.
yeah,
Like Fear Itself Spider-Man, one of my favorites. Have I read like the main titles? No, I don't know what's going on. But like I just it's so much. It's too much.
yeah.
Like if you have to give me a guide on how to read something, I'm not gonna read it.
It's too much. Yeah, there you go. Like it should just be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it.
And I think we've all been. I know I've been there. I literally got a Google search like a guide how to read
Yeah,
this event,
Mhm.
and it just
death
was
metal or
it's
just
insane.
metal. Yeah,
It's ridiculous. So that's our hot takes, folks. Let us know, uh, on the socials, in the comments of this video. What did you think? Were they mild? Were they
100%.
spicy? Were they lukewarm? Uh, yeah. Let us know what you think about our hot takes. Um, that's it. We'll return that segment at some point down the future if we don't
When
get
everyone cools
canceled.
down.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
everybody cools down. We're gonna try to keep this copper drop real quick for you guys, man.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
last week, you guys voted for Gotham City Villains Anniversary #1.
Yeah, you guys voted for Gotham City Villains #1.
Al's pick.
I
Al's
just I'm
who
just the
pushed hard.
pitcher. I'm not the
No,
catcher.
no, 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 ma'am. You pushed.
Was that a good
You
sports
pushed.
reference?
You pushed mad hard for this book. You threatened to leave the show if this didn't get
I
picked.
did.
So I'll tell you my quick thoughts.
I'll be
I
right
read.
back.
I didn't read all of it because I think there's like 6 or 7 short stories. Right. I read
8.
4.
So you read half.
Uh, I read the Penguin. Written by Danny DeVito. What the
I
fuck?
don't have any dogs.
Well,
He said
out killing dogs in the background.
no.
That's
That was actually my dogs.
Yeah, I don't have.
They're freaking out right now.
um. So I read the Penguin. I didn't understand that story written by Danny
That
DeVito.
made
That was
no
like
sense.
I don't know what happened there. Red Hood story. It was meh. The art was dope though. Had a bit of a noir feel to it.
It seemed
Uh,
unnecessary though. It's just like an origin story that we've heard over and over.
yeah. The Mad Hatter story. Literally, it did nothing. Nothing happened. Waste. And then on top of that, it's continued in Arkham City, the Order of the World book. So that's my biggest pet peeve, right?
Mhm.
If you're gonna do short stories, let them be self-contained.
Right.
Mhm.
Don't tell me
Mhm.
at the end of the story. Now go pick up this book
Because I
to
think
see how the story
Ivy, that
continues.
was low key like a teaser for a series in 2022.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So and then the Raz Al Ghul story.
You don't
That was
understand.
that was my favorite one. That was the only one that I was like actually
You
into.
know, though, I kind of had a problem with that at the
Yeah.
end because, like, it kind of just shows that after all that happened, Ra's al Ghul left a little note that said, "Hey, this is my next move in the chess game that we're playing."
Hmm.
So it's like, Batman, are you not capturing this guy just because you want to finish your game, or man, like,
Yeah.
this
It's
guy
it's
in
weird.
jail?
Priorities.
Yeah, it looks like you're having a good time, Batman. Like, what's going on here?
And then that's another one. It tells you to the story's continued in another book
Mhm.
there. So I read like 4 out of the 6 stories. Overall, I was very very underwhelming,
Mm.
to put it nicely. And I was looking forward to actually reading a couple of stories written by some uh creators, some writers
The
that
lineup was solid.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Dan Waters,
I don't think it should have started off with the penguin story.
No,
It
that
not at
was
kind
all.
of
so
killed the
weird.
momentum. I get what he was trying to do. Like I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But it honestly killed
It's
like
weird.
it killed the vibe. I'm like, "Oh, okay, this could have been like an end mid
I
to
will
Yeah.
end story."
I will say that the one of the stories you didn't read was Talia's, like
Oh,
Talia Al Ghul's was there, and
you calling us out?
no, not like that. Like you didn't mention it. No, but the Talia story, it was good, whatever. But at the end, it mentions a shadow war. So I'm assuming that's the next event coming up,
Mm,
and that's interesting. Just something to look forward to.
yeah. So I mean, overall, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm voting a drop on this one.
I
Did
agree.
not hit for me at all.
I'm gonna say it's a drop for
A drop.
Sergio. Hmm.
Mm. Excuse me. No, come
It's a
on.
drop. It's a drop.
It's a drop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Y'all really should have voted for Maniac last week. I don't know what y'all was thinking. Mm.
Manny, what's your vote, bro?
Couldn't be me.
It's a job, man. Like this, the stories weren't that
Yeah,
great. It's
yeah.
just, yeah. Like,
It's just
I
a
mean,
lot of
they were there, and
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. And Aaron Hall, I appreciate you coming through. Let this be a lesson, though, my man. We don't, we don't
Moving
ever,
on. Moving on.
we don't
Urban
ever vote
Legends is
for
a
Al's
wave.
pick here on the House
Right,
of Nerd.
better. I'm about to mute your
Uh,
mic.
okay, so the second, I hope everybody's kind of let this lesson kind of soak in. You're mulling it over now.
Hold on. I'm
Moving
just
on
gonna
to the
put Ruben's comment up here so people can know how I get treated in
nah.
chat.
So now, for those who don't know how Copper Drop works, myself and Elle, we are gonna pitch a book to read next week. One of next week's new releases. We're pitching a book to Manny, um, and that'll be our reading for next week. And we'll discuss it, and hopefully, the intent of this is always to try to pick the hottest. We want to read good stuff, right? We're not trying to read L's mid uh
But also,
recommendation.
before we start this,
So
Manny, don't vote just because you guys both happen to be from the same place.
hey,
And
listen,
no, I'm just saying, don't do that.
I would never
Okay,
never. We're
never.
we're we're we're, we're, we're talking about the best
questioning my
quality
honor.
content here.
Because I noticed you used a
Mm.
certain spelling for the title, even though
Uh-oh.
on previews it's
Uh-oh.
it's spelled.
Am I going first? Am I going
No,
first?
I'm going first.
Okay, I was going first. Okay, so kick. What's your pitch? What are we
So
talking
my
about here?
pick is One Star
Okay.
Squadron.
What's that? Okay.
It's a mini 6 issues. Mark Russell, Steve Lieber,
Mm.
and the pitch is Superman level service at bizarro prices. And so we have a Red Tornado and Power Girl. They're kind of like the not, I wouldn't even say B squad. They're like the C squad. This
Yeah.
is like the training video for there's an app, Heroes for You, and you can go on the app and you can like request hero help. Whether there's a hidden Sergio on this page.
Oh my.
So so you go on this app and you can request like a superhero or hero help, whether it's for it could be like a birthday party appearance, it could be
Who's that?
you need help getting a cat out of the tree.
Oh my god, that's a good looking superhero. I gotta say, you guys see that bottom right
The
there?
bottom right, yeah.
Man, I'm gonna.
And who knows? Maybe there was hidden Sergios in other pages this week.
Hey,
I don't know.
hey, I might have to switch my vote. I might have to cut just for that.
Just
That's one handsome superhero. I gotta say.
So yeah, it's it's just like a fun 6 issue ragtag group of heroes.
okay.
If unless there's something deeper,
All right.
Yeah.
there may be something else going on.
Okay, more DC big 2. Easy out. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
okay. Let's
All
bring
right.
that comment back up in about 30 seconds.
Never mind, but it's for a reason.
But let me tell you this: it's 6 issues. Contained story, one story, not a story you're gonna have to read multiple stories in, not an anthology. You're really gonna be able to get into the character growth and development with these guys.
I'll say I really like the cover.
Can we keep it moving forward, Al? Can we go?
Look at Power Girl's power window. Come on.
Oh my gosh, that is a power window. Yeah, I like that.
Dragon.
Okay, Let me know.
They're
Let
they're
me know.
considered ragtag in the previews description. So
Okay. Okay.
There we go. Look at that. Marvel's voices, comunidades number
Comunidades.
one.
Marvel Voices community.
Okay. This is what it's about here. Come join the festivities as Marvel celebrates the mighty Latin heroes and creators from all corners of the Marvel universe. Spider-Man, White Tiger, Ghost Rider.
Mhm,
So many
mhm.
heroes get their moment in the sun as new and fan favorite creators continue to expand the world outside your window in Marvel's voices, comunidades. Putting the spotlight on these
Community.
great Latino
Mhm.
Latin
Mm.
creators and characters, man, from the Marvel universe.
Comunidades, yeah.
Uh,
Now
we
there
got we
wouldn't
got
need to be this kind of series if Marvel put more money into their Latin creators and creative works regularly,
No,
right?
they're just, they're
100%.
Cash
This
fixing
grab.
is
their
true. This is true.
Cash grab.
That's a good point. 100% agree with you. But here's an opportunity to support. We got to support, we got writers like Terry Blas, Julio Anta is on this. Who else is writing? Carla Pacheco. And so we got a bunch of dope uh,
He said the channel turned to telemundo
creators
real quick.
on this, man.
Look, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Sergio will be like, I don't speak that much Spanish. And then as soon as somebody comes on,
Hey, hey, we gotta support, man. We gotta support.
Man,
Dragon.
he's calling you a B-list station. Like he didn't even say Univision. He said Telemundo.
Yeah, he said
Man, that's
Telemundo.
messed up.
Damn,
That's
bro.
messed up.
Wow. Okay. Uh so that's my pick, man. We gotta, let's let's support these great
oh man, I forgot we're
Latino creators.
Manny, vote with your your
Well,
head, not your
I have
heart.
to
You
tell
know?
you, like
Hey,
y'all kind of both messed up. Like,
yeah,
I should have picked a Spider-Man book.
yeah,
In
you know what?
hindsight,
That probably would have worked. No, the whole One-Star Squadron has been pitched to me before by a friend, and I had already told them how like I don't care about some B teamers. I don't care about some. I don't.
oh, you know what? I forgot you're
But I do
one
really
of
like
those
the
people
covers.
you don't
The
like.
covers are really good
They're
for
so
that.
good, and it's Mark Russell.
And then our boy Omni City Carlos, he was talking to me about voices because this has been delayed a couple of weeks. So like
a
it's
Mhm.
couple
been
months.
I've
Yeah,
known about it for a while,
yeah.
and I told him, and I was like, yeah, I feel like I have to get this because of who I am, but I also am not really interested.
Mm-hmm.
So like both of these it's a tough choice.
I haven't
Mm.
read one Marvel's Voices that I felt felt like genuine.
Okay.
Right. Well, but I will say before that, when I made that decision for voices, I hadn't read America Chavez's book, which this one wasn't like amazing or anything, but it gave me an introduction to um, America Chavez. So seeing
Yeah.
her, seeing the Latino things,
Yeah.
Ariel, I think I'm gonna have to go with that choice. Las comunidades.
Who's
Let's
on
do
next
it up.
week?
Let's do it up.
Do we have anybody on next week? Because that's gonna be a you and them situation. Because I could tell you right now, I'm not spending money on this.
Hey, hey.
No, it's not. No shade to the creators, but I cannot, in good faith, give Marvel any money for their voices line
You
anymore.
heard it here first. Elle doesn't
Hot
like
take.
the comunidades.
Wow.
Elle does not
So
support los comunidades.
That
You heard
I
it
no,
here.
don't.
You
she's
heard it here.
racist, man. That's racist, fam. So what you're saying
It's
is you
not.
don't support the Latinos. Okay.
No, I don't support the Pride one. I don't support
Wow.
this one, the
Okay.
Asian American
All
one.
right.
They
Elle
all
wants
feel like quick, like they're cash. And look at how many covers. All the with
Mm.
between all the covers and between all of the wrong between all the covers and everything.
Hey,
uh,
hey. Exactly, man. This is I
I
look at it
don't
as
know.
you
Marvel
know,
look at Image. Look at like what they're doing for Julio over there. Like let creators create and like don't put it in an anthology.
folks. Like I said,
yeah.
we got her at there. hit her up on the socials.
Yeah,
She hates
at insert
dogs
name comics.
and the Latinos. Man. Hey, but so this is what we're reading next week. I'm excited, man. I want to
What
check
you're
out Julio
reading next
Anta's
week.
short story. I
Oh,
want
yeah.
to check out Terry Blass's short story. He did a great job on Reptile. Check that out, guys, if you haven't
Manny,
already.
he's hyping this up so much. Don't you hate it?
Hey,
I'm,
hey,
I'm telling you, like I'm
you know,
going in there. I'm
you know
walking.
why? Because I'm not racist, Al. I
They're
support the
all
community.
no, Elwood all
Mm,
they're all pandering. All
yeah,
every single Marvel voices has been pandering.
yeah,
I'm telling you, I'm following Surge, but like I'm dragging my feet. My head's down.
yeah,
I'm following him, but like
yeah.
it's just
Hey,
it's
if you want me to keep it 100 from what I've read, I did read the other voices just briefly. I think it does feel like a little bit of pandering,
They're like,
yeah,
"What month is
right?
it?" Oh, we got some of them on
But
the
yeah,
roster.
yeah, 100%. If
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, but listen, you gotta kind of. I look at it, but here's an opportunity to kind of flip it on them, right? You know, you kind of come out, support books like this, and maybe they'll see like, hey,
They're
Maybe
reverse
not.
psychologying
there's a
you.
market for this, right? Let's put out these, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah,
uh, you know, dope characters, give them their own ontels or like more specials and stuff, So you gotta flip the script and turn it into a positive thing, you know.
right.
And at the end of the day, I look at it, it's a positive because you're giving these, uh, Latino creators, these minority creators, an outlet, a platform, right? So you know it could be, hopefully it could be a win-win. So we're gonna check it out. Read along with us, guys, and let us know. And then Manny, what we're gonna request, if you can, please, submit like a 1 to 2 minute video with your thoughts, and then we'll play it on next week's episode.
Sounds
And
good.
you let us know how dope it is. I'm sure it's gonna be good. I'm sure it's gonna be good.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. Hey, that's the episode, man.
Congratulations,
The
man! You
episode.
made it. You made it through the whole thing.
I
You
made
got
it,
your
man.
part
I
through.
thought
So
I thought for sure I was gonna have to cut in the middle of the of the episode, but I didn't. If you guys haven't already, please hit that like button on the video. If you aren't already, hit the subscribe button. The notification, all that good stuff, so you can see when we're dropping content. Uh, thank you, everybody in the live chats, man. You guys made it a whole lot of
it
fun.
was fun.
You
It
know,
was definitely fun.
saw a couple new voices there. Elwood, I think we saw Lewis there, Frank returning, Aaron Hall returning, man. Thank you guys, everybody. Hargeek Mel, Cookie, uh you guys are awesome. It's honestly, you guys make it fun. You guys make this a blast, so thank you for coming through. And Manny, where can everybody find you at?
Yeah, no, once again, at Manny Reads Comics, Instagram, YouTube, uh, TikTok. I put some stuff up there as well. So
Okay.
go check it out. If you have a couple seconds, 30 seconds, if you want to check me out on YouTube, that's the full reviews on comics. Yeah, no. Thank you for inviting me on the show. It was fun.
Hey, thanks for coming through, man. We had a blast with you. Thank you for putting up with our shenanigans, man. It can get crazy here. But yeah, check out Manny's channel, man. It's fun stuff. I dig the reviews you do, man.
Thank you.
It's good. It's a lot of fun. Hey, we're honored. Elwood. Look at that, my man.
Hey,
Much appreciated, bro. And hopefully you guys
not the
can
last.
come through again, man. And you, I'm not even gonna get it. You know where to find me. You know where to find Elle on the socials. And before we get out of here, just remember, guys. Elle hates dogs. Elle hates what was it? The other one, the Mexicans,
Mexicans.
man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
She
And
hates
we
La
out, folks.
Comunidad.
We're out. Pick up comunidades. That's it, baby.